If you're struggling to find the time to make content, then you need to watch this video. I'm going to show you how to maximize the time that you do have by finding time that you didn't know you had. That's right, I'm going to find extra time for you. If you increase efficiency and optimization, you're going to find a lot of time that you didn't even realize you had. So I'm going to show you how you can do a lot of the planning and scripting process at any time when you're driving, walking the dog, picking the kids up from school, putting the baby to bed, doing the cleaning. Basically, any time where you previously thought that you weren't going to be able to create content. And the best thing is, this is all for free, using only one of these. So if you have the ideas, I'm going to show you how to find the time. Let's get into it. So there's a couple of things we're going to need before we get started. The first one is our cell phones. I'm going to show you how to do this on Android and on iOS, so you don't need to worry about that. We're going to use two pre-installed apps, which is the voice memo app on the iPhone and the voice recorder app on Android. The other things we're going to need is ChatGPT on both of the phones, and we're also going to need Google Docs, or something similar at least, a text editor of some sort. I recommend Google Docs because it's free and it's online storage and it has all the tools that we need. Now the great thing is that all of these apps are free, and voice recorder and the voice memo app both come pre-installed on the phones already, so you don't need to do anything. But if you need to download the other stuff, go ahead and get that now. Now we can take this much further with apps like editing apps like CapCut, but we're not going to go there today. We're just going to focus on the actual planning and scripting of your videos. Now you might ask why the voice recorder or the voice memo app, and the reason for that is that these both allow continuous recording. So once you press that record button, they basically just continue to record until you press stop. Now the advantage of that, of course, is that if you're doing something that you don't want to be interrupted during, like driving or even cleaning, for example, you don't want to have to keep going back to your phone and restarting the recording. And on apps like Google Docs, that is actually what you need to do, because the microphone will time out after a certain amount of time of inactivity, and then you have to restart the recording by pressing the button on the screen. Now you don't want that, for example, if you're driving. So we're going to avoid that by using continuous recording apps. All the silence and stuff can be dealt with later inside the app, so you don't need to worry about that. You just take your time and speak your script as you want to, or just speak your ideas, and then we'll use ChatGPT to put them all together. Let's get into it and I'll show you how. We'll start with the iPhone. I'm going to put timestamps, so if you have an Android, just skip over this iPhone section and skip to the Android section straight away. Okay, let's get into it. Okay, on iPhone then, we are going to go to search, and then we're going to type voice memo. I've already got it there at the top of the screen, so I'm going to click on that to open it. And here we get to our voice recordings, so we just click all recordings, and then we can make a new one by hitting record. So this is a video about speeding up our workflow by using an app that we can record our voice and turn that text then into a script using ChatGPT. It's going to speed up our YouTube workflow and make us be able to make content faster. All right, just a quick little recording there, and then we can see it's popped up at the top there. If you want to, you can go in and rename it. I'm going to click on the little 3-dot icon, and I'm going to go to edit recordings. Something I want to show you here is that if you scroll to the end, you can see that the button down the bottom turns into resume, and that means that you can now add audio onto the end of your recording, like so. So once we're done, we can give it a name and everything. But the most important thing is this little speech icon down the bottom left here. If we press on that, you can see that it turns our recording into text. So if we then select all that text and copy it, and then we come out of the app and we search for ChatGPT, open up ChatGPT. There's one I did before. Let's go down to the bottom and let's ask ChatGPT to turn this text into a bullet point script for YouTube. And then we just paste in our text and hit go. And you can see ChatGPT then turns our very short recording into a script. Now, obviously, that is not a very big script because we only did a couple of sentences, but here is one that I did previously. And you can see it turns it into a full script. So now all you need to do is basically copy and paste this into a Google Docs document. We can do that. New document. Just leave it untitled for now. And you can just paste it in there, and there you go. There's your script ready to go. All right, let's go over to Android and take a look there. Okay, on Android, we are going to search again for voice memo, and you can see it's up the top of my screen there. Open that up. We're going to make a new recording. This is a video about speeding up our work process on YouTube. We're going to do that by recording our voice into an app and then recording that voice into a script. And we're going to put that script into ChatGPT and create a script that we can then read out for our video. It's going to speed up our workflow and enable us to make content faster and in lots of different situations, such as in our car, when we're walking the dog and when we're cleaning. And so I'll just hit save there. Now on this one, you can't, unfortunately, if we go back into the script, you unfortunately can't add to the end of the script. So you have to just do one big recording, and then if you have, after you've stopped, if you have any new ideas, you just need to make a new recording, basically. It's not a big problem, but it would be a nice feature to have. But anyway, if we press transcribe on this script now, you can see it will do that. It does it in more than one language, depending on your preferences. And again, we just select or copy all, sorry, and then we come out of there and we go to ChatGPT. And now it's the same process as the iPhone. Write me a bullet point YouTube script, and then just paste in your script or your text. And here we go. So then it makes you a script based on the information that you recorded, but of course we didn't record very much, but it's still able to create us quite a good script here. And then we just copy all of that. And we go over to Google Docs, paste it in, and there's our script. So you can see that by doing it this way, we create a really fast script in places that we normally wouldn't be able to. And so you can basically create your video ideas wherever you are, and then you can have ChatGPT put them into some kind of sensible format, which saves you a ton of time as well. And then you can just record them when you actually do have the time to do something, rather than having to sit down and write your script at that point. And that is literally it, guys. What was that? A 5, maybe 10-minute video. I didn't time it yet, but we'll see. Anyway, a really quick video on how you can basically just sit in your car on your way to work, for example. If you've got half an hour journey on your way to work, think of the amount of stuff you can get done, or the ideas you can get down, or the list of videos that you can create, or whatever it is that you want to do, just by talking to your phone on the way to work, and then using AI to formulate everything into a structured and edited version that you can then use as a direct script to create a video. Fantastic, in time you didn't even realize you had. I use this process myself, and it's saved me a ton of time, or it's gained me a ton of time, I should say. And it can do the same for you. If you'd like this video, do the usual stuff check out this video up here somewhere to see more content like this and more YouTube tips and tricks. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Thanks for watching.